Good day, students. Today we are going to look at determinants of supply. Now, as you know, supply is governed by a variety of factors. The main factor, which is your price, which we have already spoken about, right? Besides price, there are also other factors which influence supply. Now, which are the other factors? Okay, it's shown to you as an equation in the form of Sx, which stands for supply. Supply is a function of P of x, which is price, N of x, N of f, which is the number of firms in the industry. These are all the factors which determine your supply. G stands for goal of the firm, then prices of factors of production, technology, business confidence, government policy. These are all factors which have a bearing on supply. Now, let's look at each of these in detail. Now, price of a commodity, as we have already spoken about, discussed, direct relationship between price and quantity. So, higher the price, higher the quantity supply. If the price is low, the producer will sell or is willing to offer for sale a lesser quantity of the commodity. Now, your second factor is number of firms in the industry. Now, we know that if we want more supply, what should happen to the total number of producers? It needs to increase, right? So, if there are more firms in an industry, the supply will definitely be more. So, larger the number of firms, there is an increase in the market supply. What will be the opposite? If the number of firms in an industry are small, so therefore the market supply of that industry will also be less. Now, as we know, as you all know, if we want to grow, we need more investments. So we speak so much about investments. What is investment? Investment is basically creating or introducing more and more suppliers or producers are entering in the market, right? So the more investments, the more supply in the market, and these investments, they help growth, isn't it? They fuel the growth for an economy. So if your investments rise, therefore there are large number of firms, therefore there is an increase in market supply. Or if countries which do not experience increased investments, they will continue to have smaller number of firms, therefore a smaller market supply of the commodity. Let's look at the next factor, and that is goal of a firm. Now, what exactly is the goal of a firm? What is the aim behind production? Definitely profit, no? And what do firms want to do? They want to maximize their profits. Now, to maximize profit, how can firms maximize profit? They have to sell the product at a higher price, no? So, if you want to maximize profit, one way would be you offer a larger quantity of the commodity at a higher price. So, that means if the price is high, you will offer more. If the price is low, you will offer less, right? One way of increasing profit. Now, there is another way of increasing profit, and therefore that is by maximizing sales. Now, in today's world where you have seen there are so many producers, so many industries, most of which are all competitive. We are mostly a capitalistic societies, most countries over the world. Lots of producers, therefore lot of competition. And competition is, as you know, competition generally drives the price very low. So therefore there's another way of trying to maximize your profit, and therefore that is by maximizing sales. So you will offer more of a commodity, you will supply more of a commodity even at the same price. So how are you making that profit? You are making that profit because you land up selling more. So the small profit behind every unit sale of a commodity, that will increase your profit. The next factor is prices of factors of production. To produce any output, you need inputs, right? So now these inputs are your factors of production, and they come with a price. Now, what happens if these inputs can either be expensive or they can be cheap? What happens if your inputs are expensive? Let's look at this side of the diagram. If factor prices increase, so now producers have to pay more for the inputs, therefore cost of production for the producer increases. Therefore, what will a supplier do? He will always think twice before producing, right? So therefore supply decreases. Let's look at the other way. What happens if factor prices decrease or inputs they are cheap now? So therefore now the producer can hire in more inputs because the prices have come down. Therefore the cost of production for the producer decreases, right? So now if production cost decreases, supplier won't mind producing more. Therefore supply increases. Let's look at the next one, and that is technology. Now generally you have seen technology over the last century has been full of lots of innovations, lot of inventions which have made life very simple, which have made production very easy, okay, and the unit cost has come down, because of which profits have also increased, and larger production also, isn't it? So if there is an improvement in the production technique, definitely there is a reduction in production cost, because so this cost coming down itself is an incentive for the supplier or for the producer to increase his supply. So at the same time, at the same price, he won't mind increasing his supply because his cost is low. Similarly, what happens when you use old technology, outdated? Your cost is high, isn't it? So therefore your supply will also, that means your cost being high, therefore you won't have that incentive to produce more. So therefore improved technology is anytime a incentive for a producer to produce more. We then look at business confidence, a very important factor, at least in the present context we can say, right? Now business confidence is the overall business environment that exists for every country, okay, or for any supplier, for any producer. Now business environment can be classified into two. One is an improved business confidence, and one is, you can say, is like a deteriorating business confidence. Now what is an improved business confidence? Like the overall scenario for investments is very positive, therefore investments rise, okay, so therefore because investments are rising, your supply is increasing, right? Okay, what would be the opposite? If we have a very deteriorating business scenario or a kind of a negative business environment, what will happen now? I think the best example of such a scenario can be seen today. We are in a situation where the COVID pandemic has actually given rise to so much of uncertainty. The business sentiment is not very positive for investors to come forward and invest. Everyone is just so hesitant. Oh, what will happen next? What should I make my investment? So if I suppose I as a company, I want to expand. Remember, when I say I want to increase my investment, it involves a huge expenditure. It involves a lot of capital, money, right? So before you make your investment, you always think twice. In a positive business scenario, what will you do? You jump at trying to make your investment because you know that investment is going to give you returns. But when the environment is not so positive, so that time you always tend to think twice. So if you go to see, even in, I think the world over, everyone is talking about recession happening, economic activity contracting, so therefore investments will also fall. So what will happen to supply? Supply will also start decreasing because the business environment is not very favorable. Clear? And the last factor is your government policy. Now in government policy we look at two things, okay, two areas: taxation, subsidy, because these are mostly determined by all governments, okay. Now how do each of these aspects influence supply? So for example, let's look at taxation first. Now if there is an increase in taxation, what does the producer have to do? Producer needs to now pay a larger tax to the government, right? So is this an incentive for the producer? Definitely no, it's a disincentive. So therefore what will the producer will always think twice before producing. So if it's really needed, they will produce, because they remember the tax on that particular product has gone high, isn't it? Remember, companies on the production that they undertake, they are paying taxes, right? So now, so if the tax is high, definitely what will the producer say? Oh, why should I simply go to, if I have to produce something extra and it's not getting sold, right? So I will think twice before, because I have to anyway pay a tax, right? So therefore when there is an increase in taxation, it decreases the incentive of the producer to produce more, therefore supply decreases. Okay, this would be the effect of taxation. What would be the second part is the another area which influences supply, and that is subsidy policy of the government. What about subsidies? Remember, subsidies is a financial help given to producers. Now, is this something positive or negative? It's definitely positive. Remember, the help is given by the government to incentivize the producer to produce more. So definitely if there is an increase in subsidies, the producer gets an incentive, he's motivated to produce, therefore the supply increases. So increase in taxation decreases supply, while increase in subsidies increases supply. Okay? So we have all these factors which influence supply in a variety of ways. Thank you.